Hey, good morning. I did not plan on vlogging 2 days in a row. However, I feel like I sort of am leaving this vending machine thing kind of in a lurch here. So we are going to follow up with that today. So the plan was yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's vlog, today's vlog isn't going to make as much sense. But yesterday, the plan was to try out the vending machine, or not the vending machine, the prize machine, the gumball machine. And, you know, I was 95%, well, let's be honest, I'm always a little bit, what is the word? It's too early in the morning. I'm always a little reserved in my excitement for things because I tend to have not so great luck, okay, with things. It's just the way it is. I know people say don't say that, don't think that. I'm all about mindset, but also at some point the facts prove X. Doesn't mean I don't have a positive mindset. It's just the facts are the facts. So anyway, so I was a little like apprehensive about it, and that's why I wanted to try it, right? I didn't just trust, let's just fill this thing full of these balls, and then it didn't work, right? I knew we needed to test it out, but you know, reasoning, it should have worked, right? But it didn't. So anyway, if you didn't watch yesterday's, you should, because you know, it's real life. It's like you have the best laid plans. You do everything you can to make something work out the best that it can, and you know, you invest in the most expensive thing and all the things, and then it still doesn't work, you know? You're just like, what the heck? So that was us yesterday with this silly gumball machine in Cedar Falls. So now today we have to finish it off because my wonderful husband went last night, tore it all apart. I'll insert a picture at the end of this little clip of what it looked like when he tore it apart. But he tore it all apart, and then he was able to put it back together, and he said it works. So we're going to try it again today. We're going to see if it works. We actually need to physically load the thing. I don't know that we'll get to that today, but I need to make sure, because I'm leaving, I need to make sure that Brittany knows, and you know, kind of has, we're thinking about staff capacity and who's able to actually sit and physically cut pieces of paper, put them in balls, all these things, right? So we are going to make a plan for that and make sure that that is all golden, ready to go. Speaking of golden, it is October 1st. Oh, it's October colors. You guys, October is my favorite month. So many good things. I love Halloween. I love 65, 70 degree weather. I love no humidity. I love fall. I love the fields getting harvested. I love decorating for fall. I love our fall parties at the studio. The studio is like the chillest in October that it is throughout the entire year. So I love it. We're settled into a routine and things just feel good. I just love October. I got engaged in October. Almost got married in October, but it was November. But fall wedding for sure. It's the trend setter on that. That was back in 2012 when people didn't get married in the fall. That wasn't a thing. Now it's like everybody gets married in the fall. Anyway, trend setter. What can I say? So, anywho, I'm gonna show you the picture of Josh taking the vending machine all apart. I think the text with it said, well, we're committed now, because he had it all taken apart. Luckily, he is very handy. Yeah, I don't know what I mean, I would have just spent out $1,500 if he weren't. So we got it fixed. Or he says it's fixed. I need to see it. So we're gonna try it out today, so I wanna vlog that. The rest of the day is like just a normal day in the office, which you guys is just not exciting on camera. It is a lot of sitting in meetings. It is a lot of Zoom meetings. It is a lot of just sitting at the desk and typing things and emails and messages back and forth to people. And yeah, it's not super exciting in, like I said, on camera for somebody to watch. I think it's exciting because I know that these things move our business forward, right? When I'm having an email conversation with a certain outside vendor that I know is going to provide X, Y, and Z to our students, like I get excited about that, of course. But it's not exciting to watch at all. So yeah, we are going to do a lot of that stuff, but I wanted to follow up on the gumball machine today. Plus, I need to run up to Denver at some point. We'll see how the day rolls here. This is going to be an interesting day. There's never enough time. Never enough time. But I need to run up to Denver at some point as well. It might be later today, I don't know. And get their prize machine up and going, because yes, someone else could do it. The problem is going to be that none of us really know exactly like the key and how to use it and how to open it. Like the one in Cedar Falls, we had to do some trial and error. You know, I don't want to make my teachers have to do that. They don't have a ton of time when they arrive. So I'll probably just run up and do that and make sure that that's ready to go for the initiative to actually start next week is what we're still hoping on. All right, so here's that picture of Josh's work last night. All right, morning guys. So we are getting into things here. We're going to try out this gumball machine again here in a minute. But first, I wanted to share with you, we have this board. It's just kind of a fun thing. And all these pins had little pieces of paper on them like this. And our staff writes a shout out to another staff member. We're just getting this up and going, and so it is new. But yeah, so we're going to actually draw we have all the ones from this go around, and we are going to get them all in this bucket and draw. And so that'll be fun and then somebody gets a gift card. That's what the drawing's for. So it's just kind of a fun way to shout out people. Everybody gets to sit in our staff lounge, so everybody gets to see it as they come and go through this door, and then they walk through here to go out to the studios, and then they come back. And so everybody gets to see this, which is cool. And yeah, and then we get to draw a winner and, you know, promote that positive behavior. It's something that I've always believed in. You know, you have to address some negative behavior when it gets to a certain point, just like you do with kids in a classroom. But also calling out that positive behavior has a lot of good consequences for the students, the staff, whoever it is we're talking about. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to take a look at this gumball machine. Josh tore it apart. We'll see. Hopefully it's working now. Okay, here we go. So Josh did something. We don't know what, because like this kind of still looks the same, not going to lie. But he adjusted those little transitions. Kind of seem a little not very smooth, like that first one. The first one's super, well, not super, I guess, smoother. Okay, here we go. Loading it up.
Should we put heavy paper in again?
Sure.
Try.
What do we got? We got light paper tattoos.
Yep. Heavy paper.
Heavy paper. We're gonna try those first. Okay.
This is a tattoo.
Tattoo one. And maybe he got it so it kicks. I was gonna say maybe it kicks outside all the time.
Oh, it's fast.
If it does the outside route, it's fine. Okay.
It is a tattoo.
Okay, that one was sort of outside too, right?
The pitch of this moved?
Yeah, I don't know.
To catch it at the right spot?
I don't know.
Another tattoo.
Scuffed up pretty good
No.
though. Okay, we'll keep going the outside. I wish I would have asked more questions about what he
do?
What did he do? Yes. I did give him those ideas. I said once you get in it, it's either these transition things or can we always
Okay.
kick it to the
This
outside?
is the heavy paper. I think it has to be something here because it's just always hitting.
Well, and it's always going, right, they're always going to the outside. He is pretty handy.
He's good to have on,
Yes,
on our
he
team.
is. Saved me
That
$1,500.
too.
Oh, that one went inside.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
But it's got, oh.
Oh, it just kicked it out though. That's okay.
And it
that
had a
was
little more speed in the middle.
weird,
This is a
though.
regular pink piece.
Oh, that one went inside too.
Okay, so that transition's happening and working.
What the
I
heck?
don't know though if we tried, like straw choppers.
Well,
It
right.
would make it.
Okay, now we're inside again.
It's
But then
not
it's
back.
kicking. I wonder if it's always going to do that. I wonder if he did that on purpose. Just
I feel like
saying.
we have to try so we know.
We got to know. But okay, straw topper. If you
Well.
remember from yesterday, that one did not. Oh, this is going to take a minute.
take
This
a
is
couple.
going to take a minute. Okay, it's in a holding thing, but it's still a ways away. We tried this one yesterday, and it didn't go like at all. I think it's going to be this one. Oh. Okay, so
No.
no. But the paper, we
The
might
paper
just have to
works.
put all paper in.
Yeah.
And it's just boutique bucks and account credits and things like that. That's okay. We have a prize box for a whole nother reward system that we can put this other stuff in. So it's fine. But definitely better. The straw toppers are definitely not working
Oh,
as
the
I
perfect
envisioned.
size.
I know. They fit in the capsules, right? Like that was something that we were struggling
I
with.
didn't take it out.
But
Oh.
that's weird. Yeah, it went over that transition and didn't kick to the outside like the others did. Well, and even if it would have, I think it still is.
Come on.
Okay, well, I think we're going to go with paper. Oh, it's outside now, but it's still back inside. Almost. Another little half a turn. There we go. I think we're going to stick with paper. That's going to be the
That was a success.
decision. But that's definitely, yeah,
Oh, there's one more paper.
more helpful. We've got a tattoo one. One more for good measure. Let's do it. Okay, it went inside.
Yeah.
Somewhere right in there. It's
That
kicking it
little-
out. Yeah.
Transition.
I wonder if he did that on purpose. Interesting. I don't know. But the first how many went outside track
Right.
to begin with, so
Right.
that was weird. Anyway, okay. Now we just have to take hundreds of these little balls and make strips of paper and put them in the little balls, and load this up so it's a full, and then have a whole basket that needs to go to Denver. So that will be what we're working on the rest of the week to get us up and going. But at least we're feeling a little more confident that this should work. We obviously don't want kids upset. We don't want kids kicking it, hitting it, trying to roll it, those types of things on a normal basis. We want it to work. So, all right. Well, that's our fun. Now we just, like I said, we just have to figure out all the other things. We figured we also need to think it through, like when they're done and they've opened the thing, where do the empty capsules go, right? So we have to kind of think through the whole process here. So we're gonna work on that. All right, thankful to Amazon for making things easy. I know I like to support local when I can. We do a lot of that in different ways, but sometimes that convenience of being able to just print a gift card, purchase a gift card on your computer, print it, and have it ready for for your staff member is just too convenient, right? So we've got her gift card for the staff member who won the shout out of the month, so that's exciting. I'm going to Slack the teachers about that, or Slack the staff about that, and kind of we're trying to celebrate that, make that a big deal. Hopefully it's something that they all kind of aspire, to hopefully get their name on the board, right? And I love that they're calling each other out. It's not just from us or from like managers, right? Like it's each other. You get to call each other out. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, the prize machine, we're going to continue to work towards getting that ready to go, and then a few other little projects. But I'll keep you updated on the prize machine. That's the most exciting part. All right, guys. So machine is working. What is happening here? Goodness gracious! Gotta vlog yourself just to fix your necklace. Gosh, Brittany recognized my my fall color right away. Gotta love it. Anyway, so we are feeling good about this whole core value catch thing. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what else is going into this behind the scenes, as I know some of you either own small businesses, some of you might be teachers, some of you own dance studios. So here's what we're doing. Each teacher, depending on the amount of hours that they're at the studio, so we have different levels within our faculty and staff, senior, junior, and adjunct. And we use that to differentiate in a lot of different ways. Like adjunct staff doesn't come to as much like professional development and things like that, but they also don't have to come to as many staff meetings. They don't have to like take as many extra shifts for like events and stuff like that. So there's, pros and cons, but this helps us. We already have that established, so we're going to go off from that. And so our adjunct teachers are, I think, going to get like 2 tokens. The numbers don't really matter. Like you can adjust the numbers to whatever works for you. 2 tokens and cards. So there's little cards that go with it that say you got caught in a core value or demonstrating core value, and then on the back teachers can write on them. They circle what core value they got caught in and write a little sentence about it and give that plus a token to the kiddo. And so we have to, behind the scenes, decide the numbers, right? What makes sense. And so we're just playing around with some numbers. We're going to try this month 2 tokens for each of our adjunct staff members, 4 tokens for each of our junior staff members. Sorry, not staff members. We're going to start with just teachers. I think it's good. I've learned this lesson over and over again. I continue to learn this lesson. I'm kind of a go big or go home type person. It bites me in the booty a lot. So we're easing into this more. We're going to start with just teachers, and then we would like to add other staff members into this as well, so that reception and ambassadors, even if and when they see people doing great, the kids doing great things, they have an avenue to reward that as well. I love the idea. I just want to take it slow. I want to be able to learn as we grow into this. So then times all the teachers we have, that ends up being something like 70 winners every month for us, which out of the, if we're looking at approximately 600 unique students-ish, give or take, that we have right now, we're looking at, everybody almost having a chance, to win it once during the year. Now, that's not that's not how it's actually going to pan out, right? Not every child is going to earn this. Not every child's going to get caught in a core value catch. That's just life, right? This is going to be something that's like extra special. It only happens once in a while. Only 70 are going to get it. And that's assuming the teachers want to give them all away. They might not. Like, the teacher might say, I have 6 tokens to give away, but like, I couldn't find 6 core value demonstrations that I could catch. That's certainly possible. And so we might run into that as well. So anyway, we'll grow into it and learn as we go. But we're gonna start with teachers. We're gonna break it down that way. So then that means that in the office, we have to organize that. We have to find envelopes, find little baggies, whatever, for the tokens and keep track of them, and then put them in all the teachers' mailboxes. Here's your October core value catch stuff, right? Supplies. Also, because this has been on the back burner for a year now, it's been on pause for a year, we also really need to train our staff on this again, which we do a weekly FYI Friday video for our staff, so we will train them on that during that. Also, we have to physically get it set up like I talked about earlier, as far as all the balls, all the strips of paper, all the balls need to be put together. We need to physically get them in both spaces, our Denver location and our Cedar Falls location. And we need to, I'm just gonna start, I should just really just start videoing like people as they drive. It's ridiculous. But you all see it. You're on the roads. People are crazy. All right, anyway. And then also just thinking through the logistics of it, which these are the kind of things both Brittany and I really get excited about and love. Doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. This whole ticket thing, there's a lot of things happening with that I want to change. So we make mistakes. We definitely do, but we get really excited about these things, and like anything that is going to bring attention to the behavior that we are wanting, I get really, really excited about. Because culture, when you're talking about a studio of 600 or so unique kids, taking 1,000 some spots in classes every week, that's a lot of people, right? So 600 unique kids, okay, sure, but a lot of those kids are coming twice a week or more, which means that maybe grandma's bringing them on Tuesday night and mom is bringing them on Thursday night, right? So now we have 2 adults that we're really actively working with that one child. So that's pretty common, right? So we're talking about like 1,800 people that we're working with, trying to hold tight to core values and a culture, plus our 50-ish staff members. Like, it's a lot. So anyway, we really are trying to focus on core values and culture, and so I'm really, really excited about this. So that's a little bit of the back end stuff. We also had to break down what's being put in each, like how many of what. So how many $5 boutique bucks, how many $10 boutique bucks, how many $25 gift cards, how many $50 gift cards, how high do we want to go, how many of those super high ones do we want to have, or can we have, right? And so anyway, we're working on all that behind the scenes. All right, hey guys, so we've got the gumball machine situation all kind of figured out. Brittany had to run out for a meeting, but yeah, it's up and ready. The Denver one's up and ready. Basically, I mean, there's still not capsules in there, but we have a plan. We know exactly how much of what, and they're different machines, so they actually need different things in them. It's a whole thing. Yeah, I'm super excited about it though. We also added the math up. I mean, it's going to cost us about $5K a year to do this. And then that doesn't include the startup cost of actually buying, the tokens and the stuff. Yeah. So anyway, it's an investment, but I think you have to pick and choose what you invest in, right? And I think that's something I'm really excited to continue to get. We've had to invest in things like, wall mounts for TVs. We've had to invest in things like furniture, which I could argue that this can help our culture. But we've had to invest in some things that you just kind of have to have, right? We've had to invest in carpet, right? But now that we're through year one and we've done all that investing, we're able to start investing in some of these other things. So I'm really, really excited for that. I need to, one, go into this little room because I don't hear the piano music. So I'm going to head into this room and turn the piano music back on. And then I'm going to run upstairs and get some stuff out because it is October 1st. Remember the outfit? Yes, okay. October 1st. And so that also means that in my preschool and kinder lesson plans, we start doing some things with that are a little more, you know, fall themed within those classes. And so that starts next week, but I won't be home until later Monday. And so I need to make sure that all that stuff is out and ready to go. So I'm going to do that quick. We are in a weird predicament right now as far as just getting everything done. I'm still technically doing some of the ed manager stuff. We don't have a full-time ed manager other than me, and so I still do a lot of the random things that she can't because she has a full-time day job. And so we're gonna get there though. I'm excited for the day when, you know, we've got business manager in her office, we've got me, we've got ed manager in their office, and maybe another, you know, kind of admin daytime receptionist kind of thing here. It's on the horizon, we're getting there, but it takes time, and it's just a constant process. Okay, I'm going to kind of show you getting out the stuff, but let me turn this music on first. Okay, here's the setup. It's a whole setup from, you know, 2003. But we just have a cell phone, and it looks like we're having something's happening here. Okay. That's the one we like. You just needed to reload again. I don't know that I hear it. Oh, there it goes. Hear it. Okay. So we just leave that little old cell phone sit there. And that's how that works in the little fire panel room. All right, let's head upstairs. Oh, the vending machine. I don't know if did I tell you guys that we are taking cards now, but we have no idea where the money's going? That's still true. I was able to find somehow I ended up with 2 accounts with them. Not sure how that happened. But somehow I was able to find within one of the 2 accounts that there are some transactions going through. So that makes me feel good. But I think what I've understood why we haven't seen any money come into the account yet is because, I'm just gonna throw this out there again. One of my friends told me don't get a vending machine. Because they're back charging us for all of the months that we didn't have that going. So it's like $13.99 or something like that a month just to like have the service. Then you pay credit card fees, and there's like a credit card fee, and then there's the cell service fee, because the vending machine has to have its own cell service because it's taking cards. And then there's like a per transaction fee as well. So they're going back and making us pay one of those 2 fees. I don't know if it's the credit card fee or the cell service fee, I don't know. But for all the months last year that it wasn't working, and it wasn't really not work. We just didn't know how to do the update or didn't have the time to invest in this update situation. So anyway, so I think what happened is, you know, we made like $45 or something. But we owe them like, it was like $160 some dollars. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be months before we're even caught up. So I think that's why we weren't seeing any money coming in. Anyway, live and learn. Okay, welcome to our second floor storage room. Anytime I move around the building, I'm going to be honest with you, it is equally cool and equally overwhelming. When I walk around this building and I think, like, this is ours. Like, I don't even know how many rooms are in this building, right? It's just insane. Okay, it's so crazy to think. But on the other hand, then I walk around the building and I see things like this and I think, oh my word, like what? I could spend a week in this room, like, organizing things. So anyway, it's just absolutely crazy. But hey, this is looking good. Do you remember when I put those around? 34% humidity. I'll take it. Okay, so we are looking for, and of course I have dress pants on today, so no pockets for my keys. That's super annoying. We are looking for Halloween stuff. There's some Halloween stuff. Remember, this is just second floor storage, so that's why you're seeing all this stuff that's very, like, kid friendly, right? Okay, this is all the stuff that goes into our studios at different times for different events during the year. This corner is the exception. This corner, yeah. Okay, so we're not gonna look at that corner, but this stuff is just random stuff that is all related to the classroom, okay? So, all the Christmas trees that go into the studios, there should be 6 of them. Why do I only see 5 of them? 1, 2, 3, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there should be 6, so, okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so we're gonna take some of this Halloween stuff and find what we've got and then divvy it up between the studios that have our preschool and kinder kids. So here's the deal. I love every job here. I would love to be the full-time ed manager. I would love to be the full-time business manager. I would love to be a full-time teacher. I would love to be a full-time receptionist. They're all amazing roles, and we have amazing people and amazing culture and an amazing mission. But when you have to do a little bit of all of them, it gets to be a little overwhelming. But all this stuff is fun. In and of itself, it's fun. The struggle is when you're like, I have so many other things I should be doing, right? But what I've learned is take the moment and be like, hey, I'm the ed manager right now. I get to play around with fun stuff and lay stuff out that I know kids are going to play with and have fun and explore and learn new dance steps and new concepts with, right? So I'm gonna think of it that way. All right guys, so I'm gonna find this stuff, dig it out, and start putting it in studios. All right guys, so it kind of grew on me a little bit. Like, this stuff there's a couple things that I'm leaving for now, and then this stuff all gets divvied up between studios. So I'm gonna go through that. Fun stuff. But it really is. This is kind of the fun part. Like I said. So I think I need a cart, perhaps, so that I can, like, divvy up what's going to what studio and then drive it all to that studio. So I think I'm gonna go get a cart quick. Now I have to figure out how to get out of here. Yeah, fun. And it never fails either. Like, the days where it'd be super helpful to have an extra set of hands. Oh, sorry. To help with certain things like this. We don't have an extra person available. It is what it is. Oh, yes. Also, I have a whole art room and a whole preschool room that are just sitting empty. Just sitting there. Yep. Not only is it sad revenue-wise, but it's sad just space. Like, that's my whole, like, hope for this building, was to be able to have, fill it with energy, fill it with kids, fill it with positivity, not have a bunch of empty rooms. So, but right now, the dance studio is just still really needing me in a lot of ways. And so, unfortunately, I'm not really able to step away much from that. I think I mentioned to you guys too, we do own a couple other businesses as well. And so, just with what I already have happening, I can't really put any more on my plate. So, we're working on it. I mean, the goal is like, everybody wants to kind of monopolize your time, right? And the thing is, the goal is to serve more and more kids, right? There are certain kids who don't want to dance, or maybe they think they don't want to dance. But let's get them in some extra art classes a week. Like, our kids around here get art once or twice every 6 days is typical, a 6-day specials cycle. And they get music usually once or twice in that 6-day cycle as well. And so, to me, that's not great, right? Like, we want them, if they're loving art, if they're loving music, we want them to be able to do that more often. So, oh, and surprise, surprise, there's no doorstop. You guys, I have bought so many doorstops, and every time I turn around, they're missing. Kind of like the scissors, okay? I don't know how to make things, like, without attaching them to a string and bolting them to the floor. Like, I don't know how to make things not disappear in this large of a building. If you know, please let me know, because I do not. Do we think green has one? We'll find out. We'll find out. It does. It does. Okay, but see, now I'm going to steal this one. Now green won't have one. I'm telling you. Anyway. Anywho. Okay. So we're going to get this stuff in the different classrooms and get ready for Halloween. I only have like maybe half an hour before we're like open. Hour. Let me see. I need to know this information. 45 minutes. I have 45 minutes. So I need to try to get this done so that I'm not distracting the kiddos in class. You know, so in 45 minutes, an hour, these halls will have kids coming through and stuff like that. So need to not be, you know, doing this then. So I'm gonna get this done. I'll take you along for the ride along the way. Okay, here we go. So we've got a pile of stuff that's kind of shared stuff over here behind me there, the little blue pumpkin. On that table is like shared stuff. And then this stuff's going to studios to be in there. And the stuff I have in my arms as well. So I'm gonna go distribute these. And like I said, I've got, let's see what the time is now. The time is 3:48. So I've got half an hour to have this done. So at this point, the hard part's over, the sorting's over. I just need to go drop it off in each studio. So shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna head over to the big kid side here. We do have a couple lower elementary classes on the big kid side. So we need to put a pumpkin for an activity that they do. We need to put a pumpkin in their studios. So pink, gray, and blue all have a lower core. So we're gonna put those in there quick. Oh, I love Marley. Has a smell to it. It's just like rubber. And I just love, it always, you know, no matter what, it smells like a dance studio, right? So I think that's so cool. Doesn't matter, you know, where you are. Most dance studios these days have Marley flooring in them, and so it's just kind of like a universal smell. That and sweaty feet, leather shoes and sweaty feet. But yeah, it's just kind of neat when you walk into a dance studio and you're like, oh, it smells like a dance studio. It's the Marley that you're probably smelling more than anything. All right, 1 down, 2 more to go with pumpkins. All right, guys, so life lesson, business lesson, question mark. Unfortunately, so all the teachers have been told, we have that retreat, we have a big training where, you know, everybody is told this. You know, we also have I know it's a small sign, but we have a sign up just in case forgets, you know, it kind of explains like special gloves required, this type of mirror cannot be cleaned, like they've already been trained on that as well. But these mirrors looked a little like they had a couple fingerprints here and there, like, you know, maybe, oh, it's hard to see, but like there you can see a couple fingerprints, like, right, maybe that's it. But we've got more things now. Hard to see because we're looking at mirrors, but this one has like a dent in it. You can see it there. This is the cost of doing business, you guys. Like, this is unfortunately why things have to be so expensive, because this is going to cost about $6,000 or so. Like, somehow those got wet a little bit. You can see there's fingerprints here. And unfortunately with glassless mirrors, which again, dance teachers, professional dance educators know this, they cannot be cleaned. So anyway, we've got a lot happening here. They'll just continue to get dirty and fogged up, and nobody will want to look in these mirrors because it'll just be all a mess. And 2, they will start to show signs of like moisture on them from the oil and stuff from your hands, and that will start to cause some discoloration and things like that. So yeah, we're looking about $6,000 to replace this set of mirrors. And I know everybody likes to think that, I don't know, that just grows on a tree out back. When you own a business, you got a money tree. That's not the case. So that means something's gonna have to go. These should last a very, very long time. So it's just sad. I mean, what teachers don't understand, and I will send them a message, but you know, what you don't understand as an employee or as a subcontractor or as somebody who comes into a business, right? Like, if I have to take $6,000 now to pay for replacing these, can I give teachers as much of a raise next year? No. Like, that's just how it goes. So you might not see how it hurts you in the short run, but in the long run, it always does, right? Like, it's just common sense, you guys. Like, we're seeing it in Florida right now with the insurance stuff, right? Like, all these hurricanes are coming through and all of that. Like, the money has to come from somewhere. Our insurance on our Denver building over doubled from last year to this year. It's insane. It's insane. But it shouldn't be surprising. The money has to come from somewhere, okay? And so it's like that on any level. We can talk about it on a national insurance business level. You can talk about it on a small business level. But as people in a small business, whether you're a consumer, whether you're a worker of some sort, like, you have to understand it only hurts you when the business gets hurt. And that's something I think we've lost because we think we don't care about anybody but ourselves. And that's fine, I guess, but take it one step further. It is going to hurt yourself, right? Like, if a business has to spend a bunch of money replacing things because they got broken, then that's something that is going to hurt everybody involved. It's just, anyway. So, yeah, fun stuff. And also, you've got all the other things. You know, you've got a random thing that pops up and you need the attorney, and there's a couple $1,000s, right? It's just, there's always these other expenses that pop up that in your mind you're like, no, that should never happen. Like, those mirrors should never get ruined. Like, every teacher knows, like, you set up those boundaries right off the bat. We have no little ones in there. So that is not from 2, 3, 4-year-olds. They're not in that room. So as expected and age appropriate of 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. Not 5, 2, 3, 4-year-olds to touch the mirrors. We know that. We would never put glassless mirrors in a room that has little ones in there. So anyway, that's my story today. So yeah, it's always fun. I mean, hug a small business owner if you know one, because you just never know. I mean, this happens all the time. All the time. I'm like, oh, $6,000 bill that now I have to pay, you know? So I know some people are like, oh yeah, that happens. You know, my kid had that one surgery, but imagine getting hit with that like every week. Every week there's something that's like multiple thousands of dollars, and depending on your business, different scales, right? Maybe it's a couple $100s, but your business is much smaller, or maybe it's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Your business is huge, but it still hurts, right? It's still relative. Like business owners get hit often and hard relative to what their revenue is. So just keep that in mind. It's a hard job to serve other people and get hit with those bills constantly, and you know, yeah. And you're the one left picking up the pieces. So anyway, I'm a little bummed about that. I think who wouldn't be, right? Like, anyway, but we'll review some footage and we'll figure it out. I'm also disappointed that, especially like the dent in the mirror, like that obviously happened. It wasn't there and then it was. I'm really disappointed in my staff for not coming to tell me, right? We have core values. Those are expected to be lived by. Respecting people, respecting property is one of those core values, and that is not showing that, along with professionalism. So we can review some camera footage and try to get to the bottom of it, but again, that's just a time suck, which costs a small business money anytime you have a staff member going through hours of footage. So it's just really kind of too bad. And I'm just kind of having one of those moments like, why do we do this? Because it's so much work, and most people don't really understand it, and I'm starting to feel like even the staff doesn't really appreciate it or understand it. Okay, well, I'm having a moment. Anyway, that's what happens when you get hit with a $6,000 bill, and the fact that you have at least one staff member who is not upholding your core values. Like, that makes me sad. That's like part of my family that now I have to possibly look into, redirect, maybe fire because they're not a good fit. And it's sad. Don't do that, people. Like, make good choices. And if something happens and you know, like, no, I told the kids, this kid literally ran to the mirror and kicked it. Okay, that's all on video footage then. Tell me, and I will talk to the parents then. Maybe the parents need to replace that mirror if the kid was that unruly in class. But you have to communicate those things, right? Ugh, what a bummer. All right, anyway, I'm going to keep putting these things out. I'll try to end on a more positive note. All right, guys. So I promised to wrap this up on a little bit of a brighter note. It's been a couple hours. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm headed home. So, yeah. Day in the life. I mean, it truly is what happens. You know, if I were just to vlog every day, you'd see those kind of things that pop up. Go back and watch the vlogs from a year ago. It's always something. And it's truly challenging. And I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. It does suck to literally wake up in the morning and know, likely I'm going to get punched in the stomach today, right? Like, there's going to be some big hit. But there's also going to be 800 awesome things. So I'm honking at people because they're pulling out. 800 awesome things that also happened to me today. And, you know, the one gut punch daily is part of the deal. And, you know, some people like that deal and some people don't. It certainly sucks. It's not a lot of fun, but it is what it is. You guys have heard me talk before too about, I didn't get into this for business. Like, honestly, I don't know that I would have done this if it would have just been to run a business. You know, I really do it for the mission and for the kids, and yeah. if I didn't, trust me, I wouldn't do it. Okay, I've had this conversation with a couple close friends and my sister and stuff lately of like if it weren't for how strongly I believe in what we do and the fact that we have been successful and we have numbers backing us, and those days when I just think, is it all worth it? I have numbers to look at and rely on and look at how much we've grown and how we stack up to studios across the world and be like, yeah, I think I'm in the right place, and so that all makes it really worth it, and I am forever grateful for that, and I think it all just happens the way it's supposed to happen. But anyway, that's real life. Stuff happens. It's tough. It's really, really tough. So anyway, I am gonna head home, hang out with my kids a little bit, and then go back to the office and finish up my work day. But at least I get to see the kids for a little bit. And then we are headed, me and one of my children are headed out of town for a little bit. So that's exciting as well. I get to have a few days away with him and doing some fun stuff. So I'm excited for that. And I'm honestly really excited for Brittany and all the other managers and the studio, everybody who works at the studio to have a few days where I'm out and they can really feel the weight and the reward of running things on their own. It's really important, and so I'm excited for that, for them as well, and knowing that all of our classes and stuff will continue to go on, and the kids will get their wonderful experience, of course, and so yeah, it'll be great. But Core Value Catch is going to be up and running. I'm really excited about it. Yes, it's an investment. That's the sucky part. You look at stuff like that and you think, okay, Core Value Catch about $5,000 a year, or having to replace those mirrors in pink, right? That's not something I want to sacrifice for that. I don't want to take that money and put it there, so it's like we're going to have to find another place to find the money to replace those mirrors. It's just really, really, really unfortunate. I'm going to do some more digging, see if I have any friends. I'm blessed with a really large network now of dance studio owners. So I'm going to see if I have any friends that have successfully cleaned their mirrors, although the companies tell you cannot touch them with anything but these special white gloves. I'm going to see what if anybody else has found a solution. It probably won't be worth doing right away. We need these to last. We really need these to last at least the season. But maybe over the summer, if the concept is, well, we're either going to ruin them by cleaning them, or they're already ruined, so we need new anyway, then we can give them a shot if we can find a strategy that someone has used successfully. If you have, let me know. If you're a studio owner and have those glassless mirrors, what a pain. I didn't realize you couldn't clean them when I initially bought them. I'm sure it said that in the description, but I just thought I'm sure that's not true. But anyway, so we've been careful with them, other than now having some teachers that maybe aren't. I don't know. This is what's hard, you guys. It's like, imagine your house and then you just Airbnb it to somebody, and you can have all the rules and you can have a rule book, but when you have 18 teachers, it's like a freaking Airbnb, right? You can't guarantee that a hole's not going to get punched in a wall. And unfortunately, unlike an Airbnb, they're not paying me to use the space. I'm paying them. And I don't have a security deposit, right? And so it's kind of, yeah, it's an interesting situation. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a wonderful night. I don't know when we'll vlog next. Like I said, most of the things we're doing these days aren't very exciting. it's a lot of sitting at the computer. Like my normal job is sitting at a computer in meetings. Yeah, it's not super exciting to watch on a camera, that's for sure. So we'll see, but we still have a bunch of stuff from the move that needs to get done. We have a ton of artwork still that needs to go up. I called our sign company today, and it was great to talk to her. I haven't talked to her much in almost a year now, and so she's like, oh, it's good to hear from you. We chatted a little bit. I'm gonna have her come out next week, and we're gonna look at some. I said I'm ready for the next round of signage, and so we're gonna look in mainly the lobby area in Cedar Falls to look at where we want to put some more signage up. So I'm excited for that. It's gonna look so much more finished once that happens. And these are the little things that just take time and effort and money to get them done. And I definitely enjoy them. You know, once we've really settled into a space, that's what makes it feel so much like home, and it's so comfy. So that's coming up. So maybe I'll vlog some of that. Again, I don't know how exciting that is until we get some samples in. But yeah, we have boutique stuff that needs to get hung yet, like display type things, and so there's stuff that we need to do for sure. All right, guys. Well, check you later. All right. Bye.